All right, one more for today. Let's see what this one is having us do. It's having us finding angles using trig. Okay, that shouldn't be too bad. Now again, before we do this, I'm going to review again. The sine of an angle equals opposite leg divided by hypotenuse. The cosine of an angle is adjacent leg divided by hypotenuse. And tangent of an angle is opposite leg divided by adjacent leg. Now, this is the angle they want. That is the side across, so that's opposite. That's the long side of the triangle. That's the hypotenuse. Opposite and hypotenuse is sine. So the sine of the angle we want equals the opposite length leg, the length of the opposite leg divided by the hypotenuse. Now, what we're looking for on our calculator is something called the sine inverse button. And what this does is this tells us what angle gave that sine. It does the reverse. So if you go into your calculator and you type in 2 divided by 3, or at least that's how mine would work, and then you're going to hit second, and then the sine button should turn into a sine with the inverse. Hit that, and I get this to be approximately 41.81. Now, I don't know what accuracy they want this to. They want it to the nearest hundredth, perfect. So 41.81. Right, let's try another one. Again, let's make a copy so that I can write on it, draw a little bit bigger. All right, so again, let's review again. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. So they want this angle. This is the side next to it, the adjacent. This is the hypotenuse. That means we're dealing with cosine. So the cosine of the question mark equals the adjacent leg length divided by the length of the hypotenuse. So our angle is equal to the cosine inverse of 2/5. Now I would leave it just like that. As I told you, I'm not a big fan of typing it in the calculator, but they wanted to estimate it, so that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to get 66.42 when I type that in my calculator. So I'm going to come over here and type in 66.42. Well, we're 2 for 2. All right, let's try again. So they're wanting to know the measure of angle B. So for the third time now, I'm just going to keep repeating myself, though it's redundant. The sine is opposite over hypotenuse. The cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. The tangent is opposite over adjacent. So I want to know question mark, and what am I given? I'm given the 2 legs. Well, that's this one. So I'm going to go the tangent of my question mark is 4/3. So my question mark equals the tangent inverse of 4/3. And back to my calculator I go. 4 divided by 3, tangent inverse gives me 53.13. All right, one more. Go again. All right, and then just a touch. So for the 4th time, sine is opposite leg length over hypotenuse length. Cosine is the length of the adjacent leg over the length of the hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite length of the opposite leg divided by the length of the adjacent leg. So we go, here's my angle. That's the leg across from it, so that's opposite. This is the side across from right angle, so that's hypotenuse. That means we're dealing with sine. So the sine of the question mark is 2/6. So the question mark, question mark equals the sine inverse of 2 divided by 6. So again, 2 divided by 6 Inverse sine, I get 19.47. All right, guys, if you don't understand something, please ask a question. Have a great weekend.